Hello. Hello. How are you doing tonight? How are you doing? I'm Elisa Sanders, and I'm your Seize the Day coach. I hope you've had a beautiful day. My day was pretty good, pretty chill. Well, let's start another little chat tonight. So come on in, everyone. Come on in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for following and subscribing. Thank you for commenting. And thank you for hooking up with me. Okay, so we're just going to talk for a couple of minutes, right? And I titled this, What About the Changes? What about the changes? And I'm talking about changes in you. We're going to be talking about changes in you, changes that you're feeling, changes that you're thinking, changes that you're seeing. Okay? So we know this is all about seize the day, right? Seize the moment, seize the opportunity, take that opportunity and take that time to do something for your life. Because we don't want to just exist, we want to live. We don't want to just be here and survive, but we want to truly thrive in this life, right? So, what about the changes? Are you noticing changes in yourself? Are you noticing changes in what you're thinking and feeling? Like, do you want to do something different from what you've been doing? Do you see yourself stuck? Are you stuck in a rut? Are you in a pit? Do you feel like you're trapped? But even in the midst of that, you still see some changes in how you're thinking and feeling. Like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to experience this anymore. Or this has to stop. I need to change this so I can do something better. Are you noticing those type of thoughts and feelings? Well, because I started noticing a few things in my life, right? I started noticing changes. There were some things that I was noticing about myself. It was like I got fed up, right? I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of living like this. And then there were some things that God was saying to me as well. That there were changes because it wasn't what I was normally used to, right? So there were changes. It was a lot of changes. I started noticing that, like, I had been, like, really, like, reserved and shy and, kind of like that. And I started noticing that I was being more outspoken. I wasn't afraid to say what I was thinking or feeling, because at one point, I would never say what I was thinking and feeling. I always hid that part of me from people. If I was upset, you would know it, because I would just put this this face on, and I noticed that was changing about me. And I think certain people saw things like that happening, and they thought that I was like changing for the worse or something, but I really wasn't. I was actually changing for the better, because I was now being more open and bolder, right? I was able to speak my mind, and there were times in the past where I wasn't able to speak my mind. I was fearful, but I wasn't feeling fear in those moments about speaking my mind anymore. And I was living my life in a certain type of way. Actually, I was surviving. I wasn't really living. I was existing. I was here, but I wasn't really like living life fully. And so I was living my life a certain type of way, just going through the motions, and I wasn't really focused on trying to do the best thing for me. I was focused on, I need to survive. I'm going to do this because this is going to help me be in this place. It wasn't, there was no life there. There was no joy there, right? And so I was miserable most of the time, because I wasn't fully like experiencing life to its fullest. I really wasn't. But then I started noticing that, hi, thanks for watching. I started noticing that God was placing things on the inside of me that I had yet to discover, right? Like one of the things was me being a writer. I started noticing that I was gravitating towards it. I didn't know that that's what it was at first, or I didn't even accept it when he told me that I was a writer. I didn't. I argued with him, and I didn't see myself as a writer. I didn't see that part of me because it didn't feel natural to me at first. But then I guess when I look back throughout my life and how as a teenager and even a preteen, I started reading so much. Like I love books. I still love books. Like I love a good book. And I didn't notice that I was a writer too. You know, I thought about it at one point, right? But not seriously. It was just because I like to read so much, and I was like, I could write me one of these little books, you know? Because at that time I was reading like a lot of the little romance books, like the Harlequin romance books. And my mother would get me the books. And I used to just read book after book after book after book after book. And I think I fell in love with love. You know, like I want to have a romantic relationship. And I want to be swept up off my feet. And, you know, that type of deal. But I enjoyed the books. Then I was like, I'm going to write one. And I started trying to write one. I probably got like a couple of chapters done, but I didn't know what I was doing. And then that was it. That was it. It fizzled out. I lost it in a move somewhere. So I don't even know where that story is. I remember it a little bit. But I'm just saying, it was like changes. And I found myself, I was writing songs and I was thinking differently. You know, I always wanted more. I always wanted big in my life. I always thought that I would have big and I would have more. But I didn't know how to get there. But I was noticing that God was changing my thought process. The things that I was comfortable with at first, I was no longer comfortable with. So are you noticing like things like that in your life? You know, are you noticing you like, I'm not comfortable with this anymore. I'm not even comfortable hanging out with these set of people anymore. I feel like I should be doing something different. Or like, man, you know, I just kind of been like a surface person. I never really dig deep. And then you start noticing like you want to go deeper. You know, you want to be more mature. Things that gave you no joy at all. It's like, you know what, I don't even want to do that anymore. You know, I kind of want to start gravitating towards what makes me happy. You know, you could be working, I don't know, you could be working, let's say you working in let's say you were like a nurse or something, right? And because that's all you really know, maybe a lot of people in your family were nurses. Now, that's not saying that you're not meant to be a nurse, because a lot of times when you look at your family, you can see like, man, that runs in my family, and you have a passion for it. More than likely, maybe that's something you should pursue. But what I'm saying is, let's say if that's what they were doing, but you really didn't have like a passion for it. You just did it because it's like, hey, that's what, you know, seems like that's how the family goes, so I'm gonna go that way. But you really wanted to be excuse me, you really wanted to be an artist or something, or you wanted to be a designer, but you didn't go that way because you were maybe afraid or something like that. But then you start to feel it, like you start to feel that change in your heart again, like, you know what, maybe I should go back into designing. Like, I just still have a passion for it. I still just want to do it. I still want to be able to, you know, make something. And I say pursue it if that's what something that's going to make you happy. So I'm just saying, like, have you felt those type of things, those thoughts, those feelings? Have you? Let me know down in the comments if you felt that. If you felt that, you know what, I do see some changes about myself. Like, I quite like the stuff I used to like anymore. I'm kind of feeling something different. I kind of feel like I'm being pulled in a different direction. Have you ever felt that way? I know I have. And it was for the better. For myself. I know that. I think it was like God trying to help me see again or dream again, and to realize what's on the inside of me, to course correct me. That's how I look at it when I started to notice changes and started to see things and started to, be uneasy with certain things that I was doing at first in life. And so then I feel like God was kind of steering me in the other direction or in another direction because that's where I needed to be. So if you feel that way, if you have felt that way, comment in the comment section and let me know. And hook up with me. Let's build a relationship to where we can help each other out. And maybe I can help you and coach you through it. So when you come out of it, when you come out of that and building the newness of your life, you can have just a little help and a cheerleader on your side. Because I really do want to help you. I'm telling you, God helped me, so I want to help you. I want to help you get to the other side. I want to help you start to live and thrive and not just exist and go through the motions because you feel like you have to, because this is what has always been done. This is what you have always done. And you just have to accept anything. You don't have to accept anything. I want you to know that. You don't have to accept mediocre things in your life. Thoughts, places, things, people. You don't have to accept that. If that's not what's in your heart. If that's not what's making you happy. If that's not what you're passionate about. If that's not really the things that God has really placed inside of you, that He wants you to pursue. Because see, He has a plan for you. He has a path for you. Even though you might already have a plan for yourself. But see, He's the one who made you and created you. So He knows what you should be doing and where you should be going and who you should be with. He knows this already. So I'm just wondering, did you think about that? Like, man, I am starting to see things a little bit differently. Or, this over here, I was doing this over here, but it's not making me happy anymore. I kind of want to start pursuing something else and thinking about something else. Or, what? I think I'm kind of outgrowing this friendship group. I kind of see myself, hanging with other people. Not that there's anything wrong with those people. They just may not be what you need for that particular season or that particular time, It happens. That's just part of life, So I just wanted to know, if you feel that way, let me know down in the comments. Let me know so we can talk about it, so we can have a conversation, so I can help you get from one step to the next. Because maybe you're a little confused and you don't know how to get to the next point, or you don't know how to start over, or you don't know, or you're afraid to, try something new. I don't want you to be afraid. No, we can't live our lives in fear. Because God has not given us the spirit of fear, right? He's given us power, love, and a sound mind. So I don't want you to be afraid to do anything. I want you to be able to move forward in life. I want you to be who you are. I want you to be who God created you to be. I want you to be happy and passionate and joyful. And I want you to seize the moment. I want you to seize the day and take your opportunity to move forward, to really, really get that joy and that happiness that you are desiring in your heart. So, guys, I think that's all we're going to do for tonight. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. I hope I have given you something to think about. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please follow. Share this with somebody who you think it might help them. And hook up with me. I'm going to put a link down in the comments, okay? Because I want you to connect with me. So that way I can have your email address and we can be able to connect with one another. So that way I can let you know what's going on with me. So you can know when the book is coming out. So you can know when the course starts. So that way you can have access to the free quiz I want you to take, just to see where you are, to see like, maybe I can help you, or, you know, maybe somebody else might need that. So just connect with me and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful night. God bless. Bye-bye.